Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we have limited time remaining. Although I did realize after the last episode, I'm pretty sure it's 1454 that's the end date, not 1451. So that does give us a couple of extra years to get our goals done here, but we're still going to be pretty limited in time here. So we're going to need to do our kingdom invasion, and again, I think that Bavaria is probably the way to go on that. That will allow us to clean that up. Moldavia we will be able to get truced fairly soon, but we're going to need multiple wars against Moldavia still. We're going to need 3 total wars there. That should be a doable thing, but I just noticed just now as I was looking around, this guy would accept vassalage as long as we give him a religious exemption, which I'm okay with doing. We will offer him vassalage, and at that point, he will join us. So we don't need to worry about this anymore. That's great. So, next up, I do think that our next move is to attack Bavaria with a kingdom invasion on probably the Kingdom of Bulgaria is what we're thinking right now. There's also the Holy War for Kingdom here. And then that would get a truce ticking. This might become independent and we might be able to immediately conquer that, or we can attack that. The major question that I have is how many wars will it take this? And the answer is 3. It will take 3 wars. We know that there's a duchy here, and a county here. So that's reasonably acceptable. And then this guy. This guy. Holy War for Duchy would net us this duchy here. But up here, things are a little more awkward for now. But I think overall we have a broad plan here. So let's go ahead and declare on Bavaria. And we'll just get that dealt with. So with a kingdom invasion, the way that this works, of course, is we would get all of these counties that are highlighted in blue here, plus any occupied counties outside of it. Now, we would get the... I believe we would get the kingdom here. Maybe not. The Kingdom of Bulgaria, this guy does currently have it. I think we would get the kingdom, so we would be able to hold all of that. Now, this is not necessarily the most efficient for land grab. Probably Bavaria would be the best for land grab, but we're not going for land grab here. We're just attempting to get these rivers. So we're going to go ahead and declare this for Bulgaria here. That'll also clean up some of these gaps over here, which is nice. And we're going to raise up here. So we're going to raise our men-at-arms here. And we'll raise a few levy troops. How many are we going to need overall? Okay, a decent number. Cool. Enemy ally joins. So they've got like 85k. That's reasonably expected. So we're going to proceed forward here. Until we have similar numbers. Probably about 100k is what we're going to target. 120 works, I guess. And we'll head on in. Fantastic. So we can see that they are up over here. But we need to make sure before we take any territory in here, we want them to be getting ticking right now. We need to make sure that we have every other county occupied that we want. And this is one of them. So if we look here, we can see if we were to win this war right now, what we would get highlighted in this light blue. So that's great, but we need counties here. Oh, apparently we were not paused. Okay, we need counties here and here, and we need these guys over this way, plus counties over here. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to recruit up, or rather raise up, a few extra troops up here. And we'll get those going, and they're going to look to slow siege these 2 counties, because it's going to be much harder for this force to reach there. But we should come over here next, via the river. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We want to allow them to occupy territory right now. And that's completely fine. So how many troops are we going to want up here? We don't need that many. Probably like 10k should be sufficient. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we see their forces over here for now. Okay, this is 15k. That should be more than enough. We're going to bring them in over here and slow siege. So we're going to slow siege these 2 locations. I want to make sure that we have a siege commander here, because that will make these slow sieges faster. There we go. And up we go. We don't care right now about them occupying our territories. All we care about is getting our correct territories. And we don't necessarily want to fight them if he is located there, because we are probably not... Well, we don't want to capture him, right? We don't want to risk that. That's far too risky. So at this point, we've got this, we've got this. We need this location, and then we need 1, 2, 3 counties over here, and these 2 up here. Actually, 3. There are 3 counties up here. In which case, I'm going to raise up an additional small force over here. Okay. So that'll be fine. Yes, we are going to be taking attrition. Yes, I'm aware of this. Now, it's not currently possible for us to win this war. Well, it is, but it's not possible in a technical sense. And by that I mean that they have 10% occupation, plus ticking war score will be on their side. So that is definitely a bit of a concern, but we will handle that. Okay, we will stop gathering here, and these guys are going to move over and start sieging here. Do we have a low-skill siege commander? Yes, this guy will do. Cool. Okay, once we're done with this siege, we'll head down to Radom, and we are still embarking over this way. What is this war? Interesting. We're at 78% right now. We'll ignore it for the moment. I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, so we have embarked, and we are landing up over here now. Cool. This guy wants a truce. Oh, this is Ghana? We can't attack him, so acceptable. Fantastic. Okay, so Bavaria, we are at 17% war score on. And we're still continuing to slow siege over here. So we need this location and this location. We can't take things from Hungary, I don't think. But there's also... Well, we could try to take this. I don't think we can take allied territory with a kingdom invasion. I don't think that's something that can be done. But we should try. Okay, so we'll siege this down. Now I'm going to split off our siege force here. These guys are going to come down over here. I want them to re-embark. And they're going to come down over this way and look to, like, try to fight this a little bit. Something kind of like that. Meanwhile, this siege force, I want them to get a siege commander if they can. We're stretching our siege commanders pretty thin, but there's this guy. Cool. Now, I want to come up and try to grab this location. We'll see if we can pull that off, but I would be a little bit surprised if that works. So we just need these 3 now. Cool. Challenge for artifact, we decline. Let's check in on this situation over here. These guys are sieging not the war goal. An interesting choice, to be sure. Okay. So this siege is basically done at this point. Sure, show her it. Not quite there, but there we go. Now we're going to head down to here and begin a siege there. So if we look now, we have almost everything we need. I want to see if we can grab this from Hungary. That's the only location we actually need from Hungary. So if so, that would be great. If not, we're going to move up this way and finish up these sieges a little faster. Cool. So we're winning this fight, obviously. That was always going to happen. And we're at 56% war score right now. So we're going to hop over here and look to slow siege a little bit. Take that back. We've arrived over this direction, 35 days. I don't necessarily expect Houghton to come over to us, but let's see what happens. It'd be great if it did. But I don't actually expect this to work. We have an available dynasty legacy. What do we want to go for here? What indeed? We could go for, like, dread gain? Fertility? Sure, we'll go for fertility. Not like it's going to matter very much. We're very close to the end of the game. Okay. Yes, we do not get that. I didn't think we would. Okay. So, max of 2 years left and 4 years. I do think we should make our way up here and speed that up. We almost have this back, though, so we'll go ahead and take that. Cool. And now I'd like this force to make their way over here. I'd like to fight them here. That would be great. That said, I think it is possible for us to win the war from this battle, which we don't necessarily want to do. That said, we will be arriving up here quite soon. And we'll have everything that we need very, very shortly. So do we want to win this battle? Well, we need to look at where this guy is. He is in his capital. Okay, so there's a possibility that we capture heirs and end the war that way. We'll be arriving here in 35 days. This battle will occur in 19. It's a little risky. We don't necessarily want to be too successful here. But they're walking away, and this is actually good for us. We want this added time. Checking in on these guys. They're not doing anything too major. Cool. So we're arriving up over here. I'm going to merge these units together, and this siege will now happen much more quickly. Beautiful. Then we're going to move in over here. I want to check in. We are fighting. Noted. So there's going to be some stack wipes here. This siege will be done in 12 days, though. I think we're good. War is over, but so is the siege. Beautiful. This timing could not be better. Except that we missed Haunt. I didn't grab Haunt. How quickly can we get there? 4 months. Yikes. That said, 1 truce is a whole lot better than 0 truces. What are we at here? That's not going to tick down. I think it's going to force us to make peace. I'm going to try to get down here as quickly as we can. But I think it's going to force us to make peace here soon. We're going to head over to Haunt this way as well. That was a mistake on my part. I did not notice that this, and I had said it earlier as well, but I completely forgot that this was not part of the war goal. There's a possibility, though, that ticking war score brings us down enough. It's close. These guys have to come down to here. The war will automatically end at a certain point, at 100%, to prevent us from doing the exact sort of things that we're doing right now, for the record. And this is going to get us another 3% war score, most likely, which isn't exactly what we want. Okay. We're arriving at Haunt. We need to walk up this way. The siege will be done in 15 days. I think we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Excellent. And apparently we occupy this. Or is that part of Bulgaria? That's part of the Kingdom of Bulgaria. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind taking that exclave. I'm just double checking. This is not connected to the sea, so we don't care about this as part of the river system. Yes. we get everything that we wanted out of this. Done. Okay. So, at this point, do we just white piece this? Like, for real. I don't care about this war. Let's just white piece it. And I want to check in on the kingdom title here. He still holds it. Okay, that makes things very awkward for us. So technically we have to grant independence here. Which we can't do while we're at war. We need to let this end. There we go. Okay. So technically we need to grant independence here unless this is part of a de jure duchy that we hold. It is. Okay. So we can actually grant this over to her. Because this is de jure part of Philopolis, which is currently held by this guy who belongs to her. So we can grant this vassal, and that's de jure. So that's fine. Then these are duchies, which are all completely okay to hold. And this is not part of the territory that we seized. So this is all fine. This is all fine up here. And we're going to need to grant these titles out to random vassals of this. We can't hold them ourselves, but we can have them as part of our kingdom. So we don't actually have to grant anything out because it was already nicely partitioned out via duchy. That's really good to see. So that now means, of course, that we can usurp the kingdom of Bulgaria, and we can give that over to this fine gentleman right here. He's already the correct religion, and so I love that. We can grant that over the kingdom of Bulgaria. There's also apparently a bunch of these counties here. Okay. Well, for now, we'll make him be the king of Bulgaria. This needs to be granted out. How many other counties are there? There's this one here. That needs to be granted. This one needs to be granted. And then these three need to be granted. Got it. All of those are legal for us to hold. And should be de jure transferred over. There's one de jure anyway. We're two direct vassals above. We can vassalize this person. They are a leper, but that's okay. We can vassalize them with a low feudal obligation. Sounds good. And what about you? He would actually not accept. He's the wrong religion. Fair enough. We can't go after him anyway, but that's okay. So we will do that. Cool. And we're going to need to want to move some of this into Bulgaria, I think. It's a little awkward. We cannot usurp the kingdom of Hungary or Wallachia. But I think we're just going to grant some non-de jure vassals across the border here. This will be fine. So we'll just grant a few of these over. And we'll make Bulgaria reasonably powerful. Cool. So basically all of this ends up going into Bulgaria. We don't want it. There we go. So now we don't need to fight Bavaria again. We are done fighting Bavaria. That's perfect. We do need to fight Hungary for one location. This county up here that we previously had occupied. So we can seize de jure lands, but we're just going to go for the county of Houghton here. Conquer county and Houghton. There we go. So they'll have access to like 30,000 troops, but we'll go ahead and declare that right now. And as far as Moldavia goes, we did take some territory over here. So there's only, I believe, 2 more wars that we need to go after Moldavia for now. So one here and one here. One of these is de jure. And we may want to just do that right now. Just declare it, and then we'll head up there after we're done with Hungary. Alternatively, the other way around. Where's their capital? This is their capital. I think we'll just deal with Hungary and then declare up there. No. It's going to be similar in terms of walking time up this way versus raising time. I think it's about 6 one way, half dozen the other. So we are instead going to come up over here, raise up some men-at-arms, and raise some levy troops as well. Because we need to get our location here. We only have a couple left in Europe, so let's get that done. Bavaria is looking quite good here. So we need Hungary, these 2 locations in Moldavia, and that's it in Europe. Africa, we're done. The Middle East, we're actually done as well. So after that is just India, and we have locations that we need to go after very, very hard in India. But we will definitely start working on getting those truces down. Okay, so they have about 30,000 troops. That's fine. We're going to raise up around 50,000, I think, just to be on the safe side. They're going to have some regeneration, so something along the lines of this. We can always raise more if it turns out that this is too greedy, but for the moment, we're going to head over. Sure, we'll visit the Royal Court. Later, Royal Court. Cool. We have a perk available. We will take War Profiteer. We are definitely expecting to spend... Oh, we have a new heir. Okay. We're definitely expecting to spend a lot of time at war. So that'll be fun. We're going to group together and just look to get maximum sieging done here. Let's get ticking war score on our side. I see them heading up over here. We're going to walk into this location, split off our siege force, and we're going to go fight. We want to have this war done as soon as possible. So bombards and a few levies. And we're going to head up over here, put in a siege commander for maximum siege war score speed. There we go. Oh, they're going back over here. That's an interesting choice. So we're going to catch them here and continue to siege. We're at 25% war score right now. And this is going to be a pretty major battle here. Yeah, that brought us up by 25%. So let's just go start a slow siege, like out over here or something. Should be fine. Cool. We're at 61% war score right now, and it's continuing to tick. 62%. So we should be at war with Bavaria again. Yes, indeed. But there's not a lot going on right now. Ticking war score is underway. The slow siege is only going to take 7 months. That's slightly surprising to me. If that's the case, then we may as well just leave them there and continue to siege down over this way. We didn't fully occupy this location, but that's okay. Cool. Oh, there's a lot of forts over here. I guess we'll just, like, siege this direction. That's fine. We could make a beeline for their capital, but honestly, we don't need that much more war score. So I think we're okay. 83%. %. This siege will actually end it. 24 days left there. Alternatively... Yeah, 10 days. This is fine. I don't care about them walking in here. War's over. So, we are going to enforce our demands and disband our troops. Cool. So we now have this river fully under our control. Wonderful. Next up, we need to attack this guy. Top priority. I would love to get this done in a single war, but there isn't really a way to do this, sadly. The good news is we only need 2 wars here. So we will go ahead and declare with a conquer county. Actually, I'm going to go with the de jure county here. And then we'll go after this one in the next war. So that'll be in about 5 years. We'll drop our rally point here, raise up men-at-arms. Do we need more than just men-at-arms? No. This is a slightly greedy raise. Let's see if he does anything about that. He's walking over, but he could have walked directly at us here. Yeah, he chose not to walk directly at us, so we're just going to come down here and stop him. This is not going to go well for him, for the record. Okay, so we'll win this battle. That was only 20% war score. Okay. Well, we're going to go siege his capital, and that could very easily end this war. 90 war score. Okay. We'll come down here and siege. That'll be done pretty quickly, and that will end the war. If ticking doesn't first, but I don't think it will. He has additional forces raised down here. Okay, well that explains why we only got 20% from the battle. But that's fine. So this war is now over, and there's only one remaining war in Europe for us to get all of our rivers. Cool. So that truce is underway. Next up, of course, we need to come down over here and start working on some of these rivers. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets, right? And we need to stagger our truces here. So we just need to attack them one after another. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to begin work on getting these rivers in India. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Atala, Jens Graham, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.